Have you ever wondered what gives life to a sentence? What turns a group of words into something meaningful? The secret lies in clauses. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel Let's Learn with Lizzie. And today we are going to explore one of the most important building blocks of English grammar, clauses. So grab your notebook and let's get started. First, let's understand what a clause actually is. A clause is a group of words that has a subject and a verb. That is the most basic rule. Let me give you an example. I went to the park is a clause. Why? Because it is having a subject and a verb. The subject is I and went is the verb. Whereas the next example at the park is not a clause. Why? Because it is neither having any subject nor a verb. So remember, clauses may or may not make complete sense on their own. That's what we will look at next. So there are basically two types of clauses. One is dependent clause and the other is independent clause. A clause that makes complete sense on its own is called as independent clause, which can stand on its own alone. So the structure is subject verb plus object or complement. It is also known as the main clause or a simple sentence. Let's see a few examples. She dances beautifully. The sun sets behind the hills. Each of these has a subject and a verb, and they express a complete idea. You don't need anything else to understand the meaning. These are strong, self-standing units of meaning, just like complete sentences. Now let's focus on the dependent clause, which is quite the opposite of independent. A dependent clause also has a subject and a verb, but here's the catch. It cannot stand alone. It depends on the main clause to complete its meaning. For example, because she was tired. Okay, is that making sense? You left wondering, then what happened while she was tired, right? So it needs an independent clause to complete the meaning. Because I was tired, I slept early. Dependent clauses often begin with the words like because, although, when, if, unless, and so on, which are nothing but the subordinating conjunctions. So just remember, independent clause is a complete idea, whereas dependent clause is an incomplete idea without help. Now let's focus on the three types of dependent clauses: noun clause, adjective clause, and adverbial clause. That's what we are going to see in detail. Each type answers different kinds of questions and plays a different role in the sentence. Let's break them down with examples. A noun clause acts like a noun. That means it can be a subject, object, or a complement or object complement. You will often find noun clauses starting with words like what, that, who, how, if, whether, why. Let's look at this example. What you said surprised me. Here, what you said is basically a noun clause because it acts as the subject of the sentence. Another example, I don't know if she will come. Here, if she will come is the object of the verb. Let me give you a quick tip. If you can replace the clause with a noun or the word something, it's a noun clause. For example, what you said was surprising. So instead of what you said, I'm writing something. Something was surprising. Is it making sense? Well, yes. Ding dong. There's the noun clause. I hope it's very easy, right? Now let's move on to the adjective clause, also known as a relative clause. Basically, adjective clause or relative clause describes or gives more information about a noun. It acts like an adjective. So it usually begins with which, whom, whose, that. For example, the girl who won the prize is my cousin. Here, who won the prize is the adjective phrase. This is the book that I lost. Here, that I lost is the adjective phrase. Remember that it gives extra information about a noun, just like adjectives do. Think of these clauses as mini adjectives working inside your sentence. Now I will give you a quick tip. Try this test. Can you remove the clause and still be left with a basic sentence? Shall we do it? The girl who won the prize is my cousin. The girl is my cousin. Is it making sense? Yes, of course, because the adjective clause does nothing but it describes the noun. So even without the adjective clause or relative clause, the main clause is going to make sense. The sentence will make sense. I hope it is very clear to you all. Now let's move on to the final type of the dependent clause, that is adverb clause. Adverb clause gives us information about when, why, how, where, or under what condition something happens. It has to do everything with the verb. So focus on the verb. It often begins with the subordinating conjunctions like because, although, if, when, before, after, unless, since. For example, I stayed home because I was sick. So here, because I was sick is this adverb clause. And when the bell rings, leave the class. Here, when the bell rings is the adverb clause. Ask yourself, does it answer for the question how, when, where, or why? If yes, it's an adverb clause. So let's quickly compare clauses and phrases. A clause has both a subject and a verb. It may be complete or incomplete, whereas a phrase is just a group of words without a subject-verb combination. For example, she ran is a clause because I'm having a subject and a verb, whereas in the morning is a phrase because it is not having any subject-verb combination. Clauses help us build different kinds of sentences. Let's see how. The first one is simple sentence where you are having only one independent clause. For example, I love pizza. Next, we are having compound sentence where you are having two or more independent clauses joined using the coordinating conjunction I love pizza and I eat it every Friday. Next, we are having complex sentence, which is a combination of one independent clause and one or more dependent clause, joined using the subordinating conjunction. I eat pizza because I like it. Finally, we are having compound and complex sentence, which is a combination of compound and complex, where you are having two independent clause plus at least one dependent clause. For example, I love pizza and I eat it every Friday because it makes me happy. Understanding clauses help you construct powerful and well-structured sentences. If you need a detailed video, I have put the link in the description box. Kindly go and check onto the video for more detailed reference. Alright, let's test your skills. Can you identify the types of clauses in each sentence? Take a moment to think, pause the video if needed, and identify the answers. So here I have given the correct answers. Next, now it's your turn. Fill in the blanks using a clause. Pause and try writing your answers. You can be creative. I would like to see what you come up with in the comments. Well, I have given some sample answers for you all. Let's quickly review what we learned today. A clause has a subject and a verb. Independent clause makes complete sense. Dependent clause do not stand alone. There are three types of dependent clauses: noun, adjective, and adverb clause. Clauses help us build simple, compound, and complex compound sentences. You now have the key to unlocking clear, structured, and effective communication. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this lesson helpful, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more grammar lessons every week. Grammar doesn't have to be boring. We make it simple and fun. See you in the next video. Until then, keep learning and keep growing.